I'm 31 years old today. I've saved over seven figures. I'm living and working in my dream job. I've run 5 marathons. I'm training for an Ironman. I tell you these things because none of that would be possible without the foundation and the work that I put in my 20s. So let me tell you what these 3 books are, my favorite parts of each of them, and maybe you'll want to read them yourself and have the same exponential, profound impact that it had on my life in my 20s. Oh, my dog is sitting right here beside me. She likes to film with me. I'm going to give you 3 books that revolve around health and fitness, the meaning of life, and wealth. 3 very key subjects that I would say have been critical in shaping my thinking when I was in my 20s. The first book is a book on health and fitness. I've done everything from paleo to vegan to keto. I've tried every single diet, and this is the one that I keep coming back to over and over and over again. If you want to lose weight or if you want to gain muscle, this book could be the Bible on how to do this. It's called The 4-Hour Body, and it's by an author named Tim Ferriss. And in this book, he breaks down what is the most effective ways to gain muscle, to lose weight, and to live a really healthy life. If you haven't heard of Tim Ferriss, the best way that you can get to him or learn about him is you can just go to his podcast, the Tim Ferriss podcast. There's tons and tons of great episodes where you can just get a flavor for how he thinks of the world. My favorite episode of the Tim Ferriss podcast is one with Tony Robbins. This one is fantastic. And again, this will totally change the way that you think. So check out the 4-Hour Body. Check out Tim Ferriss's podcast. These are a great place to start if you're interested in the health and fitness side of things. The second book is one for people who are struggling with the meaning of life, which is a huge topic and is one that I am still grappling with today, and I probably will grapple with until I'm 100 years old. The book that I want to recommend is a book called The Alchemist. This is a book that a lot of CEOs and very, very successful people will reference as something that they continue to come back to. The Alchemist is a really simple story. It's about someone who is searching for the meaning of life, and they meet different characters and get different learnings throughout the book. But the simplest way to explain this book is when you are on your path to your life's greater purpose, the world will conspire to help you. So it's a really positive book. It's really helpful, and I would recommend it for yourself if you're looking for anything around purpose or meaning of life. The last one is a book that is more on wealth and on money, and this is a book called The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Now, this book is amazing, and I recommend it to anybody who is serious about building wealth in their 20s and in their 30s, and it's something that has helped me get to a place that I didn't even think was possible at the age of 30, 31 years old. When you're in your 20s, it's easy to spend tons of money. It's easy to not save your money. The reality is, if you want to build wealth into your 30s and into your 40s, you're not going to make the most money in your 20s, but you can start to build the practices and habits that will allow you to build tons of wealth into your 30s and in your 40s. Now, this book is just a practical guide on how to think about money and how to think about wealth. Morgan Housel is an amazing writer, and he thinks in a way that is so digestible and tangible to anybody. He was recently on the Andrew Huberman podcast, so this is actually a great place to start if you want to understand a little bit more about what this book is about and what the principles are. This is a great place to start before you want to maybe commit a couple hours to reading a book. So those are my 3 favorite books. I've got tons and tons more. I'm a ferocious reader. I think my Amazon Kindle, I'm on like a 2-year streak of reading every single week or something like that. And it's because in your 20s, there's so much knowledge out there and it's hard to consume all of it. Reading is a really great way to slow your mind down, to put principles into your system, and to have that paradigm shift early on in your 20s so you can build this amazing life that you want to live, whether it's having a better body, whether it's having more money, or maybe just finding the meaning of life. This is Matt Mazzacoli. I hope you enjoyed these 3 books.